Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today, bringing you a Fallout 4 wishlist video. Now, before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description of my previous video. That is a little Bethesda discussion. Anyways, this series usually features every Thursday, but we've been late for the past 2 weeks due to news and videos from content you guys created. So yeah, anyways, this series is created by your comments, so be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to see in the next installment of the Fallout franchise. If your comment is awesome enough, you will be featured in series like Thermal Predator X. He says they should add more legendary creatures such as the legendary Deathclaw and the legendary Cazador, but also give you the ability to maybe mount the creature's head on the player home wall, or even an in-game camera like the one you get in Fallout New Vegas off of Michelangelo for his quest. But this time when you take a photo, it shows up in your notes section, and you could have the ability to put the picture on your wall or something. So you'll be able to take this epic picture of the Deathclaw that has ravaged the wasteland for years. It's twice the size of any Deathclaw out there, and you can just take the picture yourself standing beside its corpse, or it's holding its head or something. And the ability to use the parts of these creatures and add them to your armor, putting Deathclaw horns on your T-51B power helmet. Fantastic suggestion, I must say myself. But I really like the idea of the addition of legendary creatures. That's mainly what I'm going to be focusing on here. The new thing in video games is to add cameras inside video games, so you can take pictures of that stuff and go ahead and post it on social media as pictures. I don't know. It's cool and everything. It's in GTA. Infamous Second Son is another idea, and you can do it in any PS4 game with the PS4 share button, but that's why I'm really not covering it. What I do want to cover here is the legendary creatures, and I think there should be more of them. I still get pictures to this day on my Twitter account of people saying that this is the first time I've beaten the legendary Deathclaw or something along those lines, and I think that's so cool that this is still a challenge to gamers nowadays, is to beat these legendary creatures. And that's a thing that people love, Bethesda. I love that, just that random out of the blue challenge where like I can go to an area and I know it's basically going to be like this crazy boss fight, kind of like in Final Fantasy VII, for example. I remember one time I was just kind of roaming the world and I went underwater and I just got ambushed by this legendary hidden boss that you can only randomly encounter. You can do kind of the same thing in Kingdom Hearts, where they got those extra bosses in the final mix, and like you got to be a certain level to really actually put up a fight. I think the idea of the more legendary boss fights similar to those, where they're kind of random encounters and stuff like that, is really cool. But the idea of mounting them on your player's home wall is so cool. So you could be like, yep, I've killed this one, and this one. And, you know, I think that it'd be pretty cool to kind of make a legendary form of almost any intimidating creature in Fallout. I think they should really just add more deadly ones like that, like the Deathclaw and the Cazador. I feel like that's what he's getting at. But nonetheless, fantastic suggestion, Thermal Predator. Moving on to the next one, and it's a simple one. Bryce Schaefer, or Schaffer, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, says the optional quest arrow needs to be a different color. I hate getting mixed up between two. And I agree, because a lot of times in Fallout 3, you'll have two of the same waypoints splitting in directions, and you'll be like, okay, time to go into my quest log, look at where I'm supposed to go for my main objective, go back to the map, then look towards which arrow, and then bring up my map again, see that my arrow's facing towards the wrong way, go down, and then go to the other arrow. You get what I'm saying, hopefully. But yeah, the optional quest arrow needs to be a different color. And no, he's not talking about when you, for example, you're on PC, you right-click and you add like your own player marker. No, he's talking the optional quest arrow. I agree with that. Topping onto that, they should kind of take a little inspiration from a game I love, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. When you're navigating the world in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, they have a waypoint that kind of directs you in what direction you should go. And when you start getting closer to this area, it's I apologize, you heard my phone ringing. When you get closer to this area, though, it kind of directs you if you're supposed to go up a hill or up this building, or you're supposed to go down under like a bridge or something. It kind of it starts giving a direction of where you should go exactly. And I think that would be very helpful because a lot of times when you enter like a multi-layered building in Fallout, you can easily get lost as well. And I think it'd be helpful to kind of have a direction where it's like, okay, it says to go this direction and up, so obviously it's on the second floor, for example. And I feel that would be a very helpful idea. And thank you, Bryce, for your wish. Now, moving on to the final one from Brendy Rose. Don't worry, Brendy, I didn't miss it. She says, well, I guess I'll give it a go again. Third time's the charm. I made this post in the last video and the video before, just a heads up. See, I see your comments, guys, but it's really hard to get to all of them, so please don't get pissed at me. Anyways, Not sure if this has been mentioned in a previous video, but realistic damage, or at least an option for one. I get there are people who don't like this, even though it's mostly played in the first person and still follows real world logic. So a bullet should have the same effect as it does in the real world, regardless of genre or whatever. I'm not going to get into real world guns and stuff because everyone gets mad at me whenever I do, because I know jack shit about it. But anyways, I want to be able to shoot someone in the head and they die. Oh, how would that work with the guns and the weapon skills? Quite simple, really. When the gun skill increases, it doesn't increase the gun damage, it increases the accuracy and the weapon sway along with gun and bullet crafting using less resources and such. Even if you like unrealistic damage for some odd reason, it has nothing to do with the game being an RPG, since there are realistic RPGs. Stalker comes to mind, then again, there could be an option for that if you want the classic style. So I like the idea that she also includes the optional styles and stuff, where if you want to play the I don't want to say traditional, but the way that Fallout 3 and New Vegas kind of were, where you could shoot the shit out of someone in the head and they wouldn't die, be our guest. But she's saying that she wants to be able, you shoot someone in the head a few times, they're gonna die. And I think it's more so not where she's putting it as one shot to the head, they're done. But if you get shot in the head, you're done too. I feel it's a little too punishing. I feel like the idea of just increasing the damage multipliers based off what limb you're shooting off would be a sound idea. Obviously, you have the criticals and stuff, and it's very cool that you can shoot the gun out of their hands. But I feel when you're shooting someone in the head, and maybe they could put like a tweak in there to make it more difficult so you can't just target the head every time or something. But make it so that like they die. Like, I don't know a single human being who can take like 20 bullets to the head. Unless you're a super mutant, that makes sense, but nonetheless, I like the idea of realistic damage. I really like the idea of how she portrayed how the gun skill would work. Instead of increasing the damage, increasing your accuracy and your weapon sway along with crafting and stuff. I think that's a very cool option to it. But those are the 3 wishes from Thermal Predator X, Bryce Schaefer, and Brandy Rose. Thank you for your wishes so much, and I hope you guys are leaving your suggestions right now in the comments down below on what you would like to see in the next installment of Fallout. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.